Hey guys, welcome back to Trendy Gadget. Today we'll talk about whether there will be a new PlayStation controller for the iPhone. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's head into it. Wondering what controllers work with Apple Arcade? You're not alone. Apple Arcade is Apple's video game subscription service. However, it's less like the Netflix or AAA console titles, and more like a subscription service for casual video gamers, those of us who like to play games on our smartphones. However, Apple Arcade isn't only available for the iPhone. Apple Arcade also works on Apple TV, iPad, Mac, and iPod Touch. In other words, one Apple Arcade subscription lets you play Apple Arcade games on all compatible Apple devices that you own. Right now, Apple Arcade has little over 200 games, with Apple adding more each week. These games are exclusive to Apple Arcade for the most part. That is, most Apple Arcade games are not available to download or buy separately from Apple Arcade. This means that if you love a game on Apple Arcade, you need to keep paying for the Apple Arcade subscription if you want to keep playing the game. You cannot just buy the game itself in most cases. Thankfully, Apple Arcade is relatively cheap. It's only $4.99 a month, or $49.99 a year, and as Apple keeps adding new games to Apple Arcade each week, the service only becomes better value for the money. Apple Arcade and game controllers. If you're playing Apple Arcade games on an iPhone, iPad, or Mac, you'll usually use a touch interface in the game, or the Mac's keyboard to play the game. However, you can also use dedicated game controllers with Apple Arcade games, and one is practically required if you want to play Apple Arcade games on the Apple TV. Apple Arcade games play with game controllers give you a much more console-like experience. The games are also arguably easier to play with controllers instead of touchscreen controls, and that's another important point. You can play an Apple Arcade game with a controller, even if you're playing that Apple Arcade game on your phone. As a matter of fact, many third-party game controllers have iPhone mounts, so you can mount your iPhone to the game controller and use the iPhone as essentially a built-in screen for the game controller.
This console, it's awesome. The hype is real, and it's definitely worth the wait.
How to connect controller to mobile device. We all know how addictive and fun it is to play iPhone games, but the mechanics of some games can be problematic to play when played on a touchscreen device. This is particularly true for first-person shooter games and other games that need fine movement. In the midst of all hilarious spoilers, there's good news for PlayStation 4 gamers. You can now connect your PS4 controller to your iPhone and use it to play iPhone games. Know that not all games are supported by the controller, and the App Store will generally not tell you which games allow it or not. The only real method to find out is to do some research online or try it yourself. Sony's new patent. Sony has patented a new design that seems to suggest that the company is working on a PlayStation controller for mobile devices. The patent was published by Sony Interactive Entertainment's Japanese division last week, with a design resembling a split version of the PlayStation 4's DualShock controller rather than the DualSense of the PS5. In the design, the left half and right grips of the controller are split, with the touchpad section replaced with a space for a smartphone to fit. The controller is describing as having a left side grip portion and right side grip portion that users can position their hands around, as well as a shaft portion that can be tilted by the user and detect the tilting direction and tilting amount of the shaft portion. While PlayStation controllers can already be used alongside compatible Bluetooth-enabled mobile devices at present, the patent seems to suggest that the device would resemble something similar to third-party mobile controller grips, such as the iPhone-compatible Backbone One. Sony's decision to seemingly take out the patent on a controller compatible with mobile devices may not come as a shock to many eagle-eyed fans of the company. Earlier this year, Sony set to expand further into the realm of smartphones, as it surfaced that the company was looking to appoint a head of mobile. Following news of the vacancy, the company further showed its interest in the sector via comments made by Sony Interactive Entertainment president Jim Ryan, who stated that PlayStation's roster of first-party IPs can transition to smartphone gaming and complement our AAA games or live service games. Ryan went on to say that Sony was exploring the mobile market with some wonderful PlayStation franchises, though it wasn't clear at the time as to which of the studio's numerous IPs would be making their debut on the platform. For more on Sony's patenting activities, make sure to check out this article detailing how the company has patented the PlayStation 5's faceplates after threatening legal action against a number of other companies for creating them. What do you think about playing mobile with a controller? Let us know in the comment section. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.